Hello,
They
everyone.
should.
Welcome to Development Palates. I'm Aaron Lewis coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio, and with me today is June Liu. How you doing, June?
Good.
So today we are talking about the Epic Smoking Shields. Cigars of Toro 6x52. Comes out of the Charles Fairmorn factory, which I think has changed names recently, and from the Dominican Republic. Wrapper is Brazilian Arapiraca. Binder is from the Dominican Republic, and the filler is from the Dominican and Nicaragua. Blender is Dean Parsons. Price point is $15, and the cigar was released in November of 2016. So, with all that out of the way, June, what was your smoking experience like?
Um, Smoking flavors, experience and flavors, consistent flavors of leather, cream sweetness, earth minerals. When I retrohaled, very distinct, very naturally creamy nuttiness to the profile. White pepper. Finish is all about earth with lingering dry oak, a little taper white pepper spice. Strength and body medium throughout the whole cigar. So that was the first third. So within the second and last third, I felt like the flavor dropped in like flavor boldness, but at the same time, I felt like the flavors worked better together. Notes pretty much still the same. Still, leather, cream sweetness, nuts, earth, minerals, a little bit of white pepper showing through. But just the flavors kind of work better with each other as compared to that first third, where I felt like certain pockets of sweetness prevailed over the other notes at certain times.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of construction, I thought it was perfect. Perfect burn, even cool burn, solid ashes, really good smoke production. Draw just had the perfect amount of airflow. So all in all, it was well constructed, good flavors.
Yeah, for me, it started out with a mix of slightly dark wood, a little bit of black pepper. A little further in, Red Trail was kind of giving a fuller experience of that wood and pepper. Fuller than it was in the mouth draws, at least. A little further in, a little bit of creaminess kind of paired up with that pepper to tone it down a little bit. Slightly dark wood was kind of up front. Um, Cream kind of goes, between the wood and the pepper at about an inch and a half in, kind of smooths over the whole thing out. And as the third came to a close, the wood became more kind of defined as oak, as up front, while the pepper was kind of getting to be fairly subtle. Retro Hill was really oaky. Strength was right at medium. In regards to the second third, still a lot of creamy oak, a little bit of pepper in the background, a little bit of a toasty note kind of joins in to go along with that creamy oak. Further in, that black pepper starts to pick back up, kind of also the case on the retrohale. And then at an inch and a half, that toast note kind of was hanging on a little bit with that creamy oak combination. Pepper is not really too much farther behind in the background. Cream almost dropped out all the way as the second third was coming to a close. Kind of still oak really up front, a little bit of pepper in the background, strength bumped up to slightly above medium. Final third, a little bit of bitterness kind of joined in with the oak. Still a little bit of faint black pepper in the background. Cigar began to heat up about a half inch in, brought a little bit of a bite to that oak. Cream starts making a little bit of a return to the profile around that same point. And that's kind of, also the same thing that was on the retrohale. And that's pretty much how the cigar finished out for me, but strength did bump up to medium full. In regards to construction, I thought it was really good. Burn line was really straight. Little issue in the middle third where the cigar went out once and kind of seemed to struggle to stay lit for a little bit. I had to take frequent draws for about a half an inch or so, but once I got past that, things were back to normal. In regards to the draw, just a little bit tighter than I prefer, but didn't really cause any issues with the smoking experience. So overall, what were your thoughts on this one?
Um, Overall, I kind of feel like great name. First
Yep.
of all, I dig when there's like efforts to not just make a good tasting cigar, right? Like there's like a good motive behind it.
Yeah.
But in terms of kind of like overall feel after smoking it, I thought it was a good cigar. It's like a no frills, no thrills. Flavors itself, I felt like it kind of hit all the major components of a good cigar. But I didn't feel like there's any particular flavors that made me like really rave about it and like hone in about it. Which is completely fine because at the end of the day, a good cigar is a good cigar, right? Like, would I really smoke it again? Yeah, I would. But In general, if you're looking for cigar that gives you a lot of creaminess, sweetness, earth, tape, spice, this is exactly it. I mean, I haven't had a lot of epic cigars, but they all kind of fall within this line that just, going after like good, consistent flavors. And this is another example of that.
Yeah, I thought that oak was a primary player, kind of along with a little cream and black pepper. Still a little bit of interesting transition with the pepper. It became really mellow at the end of the first third and then ramped back up around the midpoint. That's kind of not the typical transitions I see in cigars I smoke. Strength started medium, kind of finished medium full. Construction was pretty good, other than that little burn issue right in the middle of the cigar. I've smoked a fair number of the Epic lines. This wouldn't necessarily be in the top tier for me, but it's still a very good representation of what the brand can bring. If you like stronger cigars, I think this is something that would, kind of fit in your wheelhouse there. There is a high price point here, but you have to understand that the reason for the high price point is because it's benefiting, the Smoking Shields group. So a certain amount from each cigar or each box goes to that organization. So, and I've heard that there's going to be more iterations of not this specific cigar, but the Smoking Shields kind of line for other different organizations, and there'll be different blends as well. So, I mean, if if you want to support, guys and women behind the badge, this is, a good way to do it. Plus, there's a good cigar behind it, so it's not just not all about the branding and the marketing and the money that's going to go towards them. There's actually a good cigar here as well. So, getting the scores, you gave it a 7.33. I gave it a 6.67. How do you think that matched up with your experience?
Matched pretty well. I think it's interesting. We just talked about the Micarita Gordita, and it's fresh in my mind because I rated that good across the board, which I did with this cigar as well.
Yeah.
But this one wait, did I rate both of them the same?
The same. The difference is that we changed the scoring between the 26 releases and the 2017 releases.
Oh,
so that's the difference here. So don't get freaked out. Don't get freaked out.
I'm tripping over here, dude. I was like, what the fuck am I thinking? But anyways, that's a good score. It's a score that means that I happily smoke it again, not just for the good cause, but for the flavors. I mean, to be completely frank with you, like if it's a shitty tasting cigar and it's a good cause, I'm not gonna go smoke it again. So, but this is not that. This is a good tasting cigar as well. So, he should be happy with that. I'm looking forward to seeing what variant he's gonna do off of something like this in the future.
Yeah. I mean, I think my score matches up. I thought it was average in the final third, but good the rest of the way. I rated the construction a little bit further down than you. I just had a little bit of a burn issue and slightly tighter draw. But it was a good cigar. I mean, I agree with everything you said. So it's not just it's not just like kind of a cigar for charity type of thing. It's actually a good cigar that can stand on its own. So it's something worthwhile to keep in mind. Any other final thoughts on this one?
No, that's it.
All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us, but also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Be sure to follow us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. And you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.